Climbing over the wall would not have been a great idea. The crumbling wall offered limited cover. Parts of the wall had fallen down. The place looked run down and deserted. The shots were coming from the house. I needed to distract the shooter so Georges could run through. It was an old helmet. The helmet alone wouldn't provide enough cover for Georges. Parts of the wall had fallen down. A helmet on a pole? Always useful. I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait. Go! Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this time I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. The shots were coming from inside the house. Hey, what? Whoa! The tree was way too sturdy for me to shake any apples down. Uh-oh. Ouch! Oh, heck. The apples were bruised. The side view mirror glinted in the sun. I was having a powerful sense of déjà vu. I'd never got on with goats. Luckily, the goat was tied to an old tire. Unluckily, it was blocking my way. A pile of old brandy bottles had been discarded behind the car. A pile of apples had just been laid on a sheet, just out of the goat's reach. The old car had been abandoned long ago. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No. No. Look what I got for you, little fella. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. Now then, old fella. No. The old tree offered cover from the shooter. The old tree offered... My phone had no service. I couldn't make calls. The side view mirror lay too far into goat territory. Nope, I needed to try something else. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I needed the cookie to feed Trevor. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to the goat. I needed a better idea. Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to the goat. That wouldn't... They didn't... Call me a hoarder, but... They didn't go together. I only had a few matches. Using one now probably wasn't a good idea. I was having a powerful... Good goat. No. Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance. Good goat. No. Hey, thief! The goat had eaten Nico's rejected photograph. Hey, Mr. Goat. Luckily, the goat was tied to an old tire. Nope, I needed to... Now then, old fella, you don't... No! The old tree... The shots were coming from it. The sun was blinding. The goat wasn't going to let me get to the car door. The old car had been abandoned. Call me a hoarder, but I... They were dirty and badly bruised. I wouldn't offer an apple like that to an enemy. But a goat was different. The idea was so devious, I was ashamed I'd even thought of it. That so didn't work. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No. A pile of apples had just been laid on a sheet. A pile of old... Oh boy, you're gonna love this. I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into. I tossed him my last apple. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. I blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
It was a wind chime made out of old cans. Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobart. I'm a friend!
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. All we want is a quick look inside the castell.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? What, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait! I have important information.
Vostè, venghi a me.
Understand what I am saying.
Try saying it and let's see.
Well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Please, put the gun down. I'm not armed.
And I'm still not hearing an explanation.
I can understand the old man being edgy, but you look like a woman who's seen the world.
Nice work. You managed to insult Ramon and me in one sentence.
Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
We tracked down his painting, La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You, how did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, La Maledictio.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Maledictio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this.
But something interesting?
The painting. It is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests. Full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool! Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers. It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll below the shield read Girona. The scroll beneath the shield read Puigcerdà. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suert. The scroll below the shield read Tremp. The carved trees bore a remarkable resemblance to the ones in Simeon's notes. The scroll beneath the shield read Figueres. The scroll under the shield read Olot. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess. The carved figure resembled the young man in the painting. It also matched the pose of the figures in Simeon's picture. The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. La Maledizio, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace in the hall. I wondered if there was a connection. The orb in the old man's hand glowed with a green light. The figure of the young man was just like the one on the front of the fireplace. It couldn't be a coincidence. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Saints, in Catalonia. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned. The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. Within the ring, there were a number of houses. It was a village or a small town. A large Ouroboros dominated the center of the painting. Before he was killed, Simeon had said that the tree inside the Ouroboros represented hidden Gnostic knowledge. And here it was, a whole new image inside the snake. Hobbes had uncovered it, but now he was dead. A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. Hobbes must have uncovered the image when he was restoring the painting. But what did it mean? And what was its link to the Tabula Veritatis? A symbol was cut into the man's forehead. Simeon had claimed that it was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis. The plinths looked like they could be rotated. The plinths looked like they could be rotated. Excuse me? I'll leave you to it then. Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department. Senor Marquez?
Mr. Stobart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
When have I not been honest?
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, El Serp, the Serpent? And what did it mean, La Maledicción, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a castell. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
When were you last here, Senor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Maledicción, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands it would be catastrophic for mankind.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the Castel, and while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with the little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type. So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart. I am sure of it.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
I think this is yours.
My medallion? Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back. Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor.
Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Malediccio.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Malediccio, the better.
So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed. Taken in this very building many years ago. We must find the answer.
There was a piece of stone on the wall. It looked like a discarded statue. There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here? There were spent bullet... The door was locked. Large double doors blocked the way.
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the Castel?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it, She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far. The fountain had stopped working long ago. Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff, said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
He's got an interesting line in burps.
You should feel privileged.
Really?
It means he likes you.
Tell me about yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, senor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer. What do you know about La Malediction?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the past. My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
Do you recognize this?
It's my father's medallion. He said he lost it.
Yeah, he left it in Paris. Do you know anything about it?
When I was a kid, he never let it out of his sight.
Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
I knew she wouldn't be. I have this aftershave. What do you think?
I think you should keep it to yourself.
Cookie?
It looks disgusting. I'll pass.
Eva, meet Trevor. You don't have a problem with him?
No, my bar is full of them.
Eva, care to give me your opinion on this?
Sorry, George. I don't know anything about that.
She wouldn't want to see it. Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just old stones.
Eva wouldn't want to see it. Any more thoughts?
They're just...
Do these notes mean anything to you?
some old religious texts. So what?
What do you make of this?
They're sketches of my father's painting.
The artist paid for the knowledge with his life.
Figures. That painting brings bad luck to everyone who gets near it.
This is your family, right?
Looks like it.
It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish. What are you thinking, Nico?
The fireplace. It looks familiar.
You're right. You know what?
In Marquez's photo, his family was standing in front of it.
The photo was of the Marquez family. Senor Marquez? Take a look at this.
That statue has seen better days.
I found this.
I remember this from my childhood. You should get back to it.
The blue-colored statue was robed with a bald head and bare feet. It resembled the statues in Marquez's family photo. Marquez said that the painting contained, but when it was back in this room, all would become clear. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. On the fireplace, the plinths looked like the blue-colored statue. That would be pointless. Hey, Nico.
Those statues on the fireplace, are you sure they're in the right position?
It was the lower half of a green, barefooted statue. Like the other one, this looked a lot like the statues in Marquez's family photograph. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. Senor Marquez? Take a look at this.
An old statue. It looks like someone used it for target practice.
Anything else about the photograph you can tell me?
You see, there used to be statues on the mantelpiece. They must have been looted.
Take a look at this.
Did you break this?
No, absolutely not.
Good.
Anything else?
I keep telling. We must find the answer.
The statue looked at home on the plinth. Hey, Nico.
Those statues on the fireplace, are you sure they're in the right position?
I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. I wondered if the notes could help decrypt La Malediccio. The first passage read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life." I wondered what it all meant.
What is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
Georges? Georges! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint. Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering swine called Gainan. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Gainan was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Gainen just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Gainen's papers.
Can I have a look at the library?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library. There was a crate of brandy amongst the mess in the great hall. Apparently Ramon drank them all. Must have been some night. The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. Just some old trash. But the sound was pretty. Just some old trash. Eva, I am glad your father is safe.
He's old and foolish. He shouldn't be here, but he wouldn't listen to me. I suppose he's still going on about that painting.
Well, yes. In fact, we decoded it.
You did?
Yes, we found a secret passage behind the fireplace.
What?
Your father and Georges went in.
What? That's ridiculous. He's an old man.
Don't worry. Georges knows what he's doing. So he always tells me anyway. Your father is looking very frail.
He's old, and he could do without people giving him the runaround chasing lost treasure.
Have you ever been inside the library?
No, I'm told it is locked.
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it years ago and cannot remember where.
Shame.
Can you think of anywhere Ramon might have hidden the key?
What do you think I am, psychic?
Seen anything suspicious?
Apart from you and your American boyfriend, no.
He's not my boyfriend, you know.
Whatever.
I didn't think she'd be interested. I didn't think she'd be interested. Talk to you later. Just some old trap. The garden was now an open.
Yes?
Are you sure you can't think of where Ramon might have hidden the key?
No, and neither do I care.
Talk to you later. So, you have no idea what you did with the key?
All I remember is waking up in the old car.
Hello, little one. Another brandy bottle? Ramon really went for it that evening. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten, I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading that. An old and very dubious pillow. The inside of the car was in a bad state. The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again. The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. I guess that's where he got all the cans for the wind chime from. An old pair of shoes. An old pair of shoes. Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago. Have you no respect for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh? Despite the scrap components, the wind chime was beautiful. It was uncanny. One old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was, the key to the library. Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine. Ramon was right. The window was barred. I wondered why Xavier Marquez had tried to escape through the library. The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. At a guess, Guénan's. I wondered what secrets they might hold. A pair of well-worn boots. The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it. Georges would be so jealous.
So, what is this place, Senor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montsegur with the Tabula Veritatis, from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preach that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his Church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here at Montsegur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics, but a handful managed to escape with the tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizione is important to me. It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, Senor. We need to find out why. The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions. My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate. Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge. A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian Crusade. They seemed to be carrying something. Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees. They seemed to be Cathars. They seemed Cathars being burned at the stake. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade. The mountain fortress of Montségur burning after its capture by the Crusaders. It was a large marble statue of an old man with a beard. The statue held aloft a colored glass lens. These statues...
What of them?
They're just like the figures in the painting, and on the fireplace.
Indeed, they are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. And the bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Helel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere, Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos, disorder and war would prevail. Then Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
It was a glass wheel divided into 6 colors, and it looked like it could be rotated. Part of the lens was covered. I removed the small leather cover to reveal a crude crystal lens. Colored light streamed through and shone onto the fresco. Marquez had told me that this statue was of Jehovah. Marquez had... It was a glass wheel, just like the one held by the other statue. Part of the lens was covered. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue. It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. Just what this place needed. Bit of mood lighting. If only I had a few scatter cushions. Cathars being burned at the stake. Senor Marquez?
Yes?
Why was this room so well hidden?
After Monsegur, my ancestors were... Even I, as a boy, knew nothing of this place.
This fresco means something. I know it.
It is not just a historical record. There is a mystery locked in here. All those figures crossing the Pyrenees, one of them has to be carrying the real Tabula Veritatis. But which one?
So, Jehovah, he's God, isn't he?
He is the central figure in Abrahamic religions, but he represents just one aspect of our Gnostic beliefs, the physical world.
So this statue is Satan?
Not Satan, Lucifer.
Okay, so not evil?
The Church demonized Lucifer to suit their own ends. He represents the spiritual and intellectual elements of the world. Good and evil are simply products of the human condition.
You talk about balance. What does that mean?
Harmony comes from the balance of Jehovah, who offers order, and Lucifer, who brings ambition. Only under their dual influence will man become enlightened, see the light.
So you say the Cathars are Gnostics?
The Cathars were a medieval religious movement based on Gnosticism. Nowadays, we simply call ourselves Gnostics.
So the tabula is the key to the power of God?
Yes, it is an object of tremendous power.
Wow, this Albigensian crusade sure must have been a bloody affair.
Few were spared. But it was only one episode in 2 millennia of persecution.
What's the deal with these lenses that the statues are carrying?
Clearly, they change the color of light that is reflected onto the fresco.
But why? And why the different colors? Does all that colored light falling on the fresco mean anything?
I don't know, senor. That is why I need you to help me.
I'm pretty sure I didn't want to burn that. It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. The candle was lit. Colored light from the rotating glass wheel was refracted by the lens onto the fresco. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue. The color changed from blue to... The color changed from magenta to... The color changed from red to yellow. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from blue to magenta. The color changed from magenta to red. The color changed from red to yellow. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue.
Amazing. The light is showing the path of the Bonzon.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis from Montségur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot answer. But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It tells us the route the tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
Okay, we found the route of the Bonzom Trail. How does it help us?
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm fine, don't fuss.
You got me out here to look after you, so let me do it. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
Georges, I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret chapel above the fireplace. But it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel. All laid out for worshiping not one god, but two.
What?
I'll tell you when we have more time.
You know, I found some things too, which might connect with all that. Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need it.
What are you doing with La Maledizio?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the painting. I promised to take care of it.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes to no harm.
I should stay with you, Papa.
Don't worry about me. La Malediccio is more important.
Have you brought the painting?
Sure, why do you want it?
Because I found out what Genon was up to.
The Gainan who tried to buy the painting from Medovsky?
No, Genon who led the fascists here during the Civil War. Genon who then spent months here searching for something. And who vanished one day, leaving that trunk full of goodies over there.
You think he's connected to the Gainan who wrote the letter to Medovsky?
It seems likely that they were related.
Maybe. So what's the plan you've uncovered?
Take a look at this. It's Ganon's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the painting.
So why did you want me to bring it?
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes. Genon thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of Catalonia.
So, I guess we try to finish what Gainan started. I'd put money on those circles around the Ouroboros being places in Catalonia.
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more clues. I lifted the hat out of the chest. There was something tucked beneath the shirt. I picked up the folded note. It was a telegram. There was nothing underneath the other shirt. I removed the oilcloth from the chest. I picked up the blanket. There was nothing underneath it. I had no desire to take the old boots. I put everything back in the chest. I deciphered the telegram. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. The books were covered in cobwebs. They hadn't been touched for a long time. A moth-eaten tapestry hung on the wall. The suit of armor appeared to be standing guard. It was an empty frame. The painting had almost certainly been looted by Gainan's men. It was a dusty old globe. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
What should we do with this map?
I guess Genon was trying to locate the hiding place of the tabula. We should probably do the same.
Eva,
Yes?
do you have any idea what we should be looking for?
What do I know? You're the ones who think there are secrets hidden here.
This map is confusing.
Well, we can be sure about the 2 locations mentioned in the telegram. But perhaps there are more clues to be found.
There was a coat of arms on the fresco, a crown above crescents and stripes.
I think that's Catalan, but I know no more.
The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from... It was signed... The map had to be the key. The mountain range of Montserrat. This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan, the good man, the Cathars, right?
The Gnostics surely wouldn't risk hiding the tabula at sea. I decided to... The village of San Ramon.
Saint Ramon. Ramon told me he was named after a Saint Ramon.
There's also a saint on the painting.
Let me guess, he has a hefty padlock through his lips?
I wasn't sure that I had all the information I needed to pinpoint the important locations. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. Time to take another... 4 clues, 4 locations. I just needed to pinpoint the location they referred to. The Dominican monk Emmerich was from Girona, the dog-headed priest on the painting. 2 locations down. If the vignettes on the painting were anything to go by, I needed to find 2 more. The municipality of Santa Coloma de Farnese. The location didn't sound familiar. Gaynor had been researching the possible... Perhaps there were some... The location didn't sound familiar. I couldn't be sure. I decided to... The village of San Ramon. I'd found 3 locations. Now I had to track down the last one. The mountain range of Montserrat. Gaynor had been researching the possible locations of the tabula. Perhaps there were some clues left in his possessions. I decided to put the pin back down. I wasn't sure that I had all the information I needed to... Why didn't Marquez want his medallion back? It was a dusty old globe. It was a nice hat. It was a nice hat, but it wouldn't fit me. Hobbs had sketched the face he'd discovered in La Malediccio. It was obviously important, but I had no idea whose face this was supposed to be. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
Any ideas, Nico?
Maybe we should try and work out which places on the map La Malediccio refers to.
The buildings in the ring represented Girona. If the fresco was to be believed, the town in that ring was at the southern end of the Trail of the Bonzon. But which one? The castle gate signified the mountain fortress of Montsegur. The building in the ring depicted the town of Saint... The city of Tarragona. I couldn't be sure that it was the right place. The municipality of Falset. That was a total guess. Maybe the painting or fresco would have helped. The municipality of Falset. The municipality gained it. Perhaps there were some clues. The municipality. I could. The municipality gained it. Perhaps there. I decided to. The municipality of Tariga. The municipality of Flix. The municipality of Gandesa. The mountain range of Montserrat. I decided to. The municipality of Solsona. The municipality of Cervera. The municipality of Ponce. The municipality of Balaguer. The municipality of Granollers. The municipality of Amposta. The municipality of Esparraguera. The municipality of Igualada. I wasn't sure that I had. Eva.
Yes?
Any ideas?
No.
So what do you think about La Maledictio?
My father thinks it's going to lead him to some ancient Gnostic secret. Me? I still think that it's all superstitious nonsense.
So I wonder if this coat of arms is relevant.
If it's marked on the fresco you saw, then it must be.
Any more ideas about the locations?
There must be clues somewhere. What else do we know?
There have to be more clues somewhere. But where? Do you know anything else about this?
No. My father never told me what it was.
Is there anything else you can tell me about these notes?
No. Superstitious rubbish, I expect.
This is your family, right?
Looks like it.
Do you think there are any more clues in the telegram?
No, I think you got everything.
The map had to be the key. 4 clues, 4 locations. I just needed to pinpoint the location they referred to. So the statues on the fireplace mirrored the ritual. Only a true Gnostic would know that. Or someone who had it explained in an old Vatican manuscript taken from a dead priest. The note was written in Latin from the vice prefect of the Vatican archive. It said that the attached scan contained the only information the Vatican had on the Tabula Veritatis. The scroll below the shield read Girona. The scroll beneath the shield read Puigcerdà. The scroll under the shield read Olot. The scroll below the shield read Lloret de Mar. The scroll under the shield read Roses. The scroll beneath the shield read Bascara. The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco. It read Berga. Time to take another look at the map. So, the coat of arms on the fresco pointed us towards Berga.
Then it must be important.
I could see a pattern emerging. The locations had formed an odd cross shape, similar to the layout of the orbs depicted on the painting. This is the center point of the cross, so the tabula must be here. Montserrat. It has to be Montserrat. The question is, what's Montserrat?
It's a monastery in the mountains, quite a tourist spot. But there's something else. I think it used to be a Gnostic refuge, hundreds of years ago.
Bravo, my friends.
Dovsky?
No, Langham.
No, it's Genan, isn't it?
Very good, Miss Collard.
So, what happened to the real Langham?
He went for a long swim in the Seine. Now, I was expecting to have to rip this place apart and retrace my grandfather's steps, but I do believe you have saved me quite a lot of work. The tabula is at Montserrat. Who would have thought it? The old man will be coming with me.
No, please, take me instead. He doesn't know anything.
And you do? I think not.
But he is old.
Eva, hold your peace, child.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. I will. Man is weak, servile, controlled. He must be freed from all constraints, free to fulfill his desires.
And you plan to raise the devil to achieve that?
Not the devil. Lucifer. Now, if you don't mind, we have a long journey ahead of us. Come on. They can rot in there.
We have to get out of here now. I assume that lunatic is as dangerous as he looks.
I'm afraid so, Eva. I think he's killed before.
You know, Nico, we were chasing Medovsky, but all along, we were really up against Ganon's grandson. Look, daylight.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a false door, Nico.
So that's why Marquez's father tried to escape through here. He didn't have time to open the first door.
Aha!
Great work, George. Come on, Eva, let's go.
We need to rescue your father and stop Langham before he gets the tabula. Eva, I think you better stay here.
Are you kidding? You'll need me, especially if there's a fight.
Eva, it'll be very dangerous.
Signora, you do not understand. It is my duty.
Okay. We'd better check up on Ramon first.
Sure. Then we will go and kick some ass.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Montserrat was way up in the mountains, a major tourist destination. But we went there as tourists. We had an old man to rescue and an ancient tablet to find. And standing in our way was a cold-blooded killer. Why would the tabula be hidden up here of all places?
For hundreds of years, the mountain has been kind of a sanctuary. There's an old Benedictine monastery up the hill.
Well, I guess that's where we need to start looking.
Wow, it's empty. Where is everyone?
This place is normally full of tourists.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
At least it's not monks with guns.
Don't even go there, Nico. Time to bring out the dumb tourist.
It's a role you were born to play, Georges.
Hi there, buddy.
Sorry, we got a virus loose. Whole place is locked down. Take a hike, pal.
Howdy. Is this the way up to the monastery?
Yeah, but it's shut. No one allowed in. The monks, they're on strike.
Wow. What happened? Someone make 'em work ungodly hours?
Nah, I don't think that was the problem.
And I guess the virus can't have helped. You know, back in Austin, we have very different attitudes to public health.
So go home and stop bothering me.
Howdy, fella.
Sorry, pal. Monastery's closed. Till further notice.
Oh, gee, well, ain't that just my luck?
Yeah, ain't it?
And my two pretty sisters here are so looking forward to seeing the monastery.
Life's full of disappointments.
Sure seems that way. And the monastery's definitely up there, huh?
It is, but it'll still be there tomorrow.
Oh, we fly back to Austin tonight.
Well, isn't that a shame?
So why's the place closed?
VIP visitors.
Wow, that's exciting. Which VIPs?
A foreign prince.
The Prince of where?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow!
So we can't let normal folk in.
Oh, of course not. No, not if the Prince of where is there. Did you tell the prince about the virus?
What?
Your buddy said there was a virus. Did you warn the prince?
Well, there's no need. He's, immune.
Oh, of course. Stupid me. Everybody knows that.
Time for you to go, pal.
I guess it is. You have a nice day now.
And you.
I seriously doubt those guards belong here.
I know.
You want to try turning on the charm?
I'll try.
What is she doing?
Nico usually gets what she wants. If anyone can charm those guys, it's her. What did he say?
He suggested I do something. I told him it was anatomically impossible.
I'm sure they're Gainan's men.
I agree.
I can't get my head around him being a Gainan. I'm gonna stick with Langham.
Good idea, George.
We need to find another way then. Let me have a look around. We're moving away from the monastery.
Yes, but with those goons in the way, we have to find a different approach.
Maybe there's some other way around, via the cable car station?
Or at least someone in the can tell us what's going on. Someone's coming out. Quick! We need to hide. I think it's Langham.
Block everything off. Lock the whole place down, understand? The tabula's got to be up in the monastery. I'm sure of it. Come on.
Yes, boss.
Close all the routes up to the monastery, and then make the old man talk.
Yes, boss.
This time, don't be so gentle with him.
Did you hear that? They haven't found it yet, but Senor Marquez must be in a bad way.
Listen, I have to follow those bastardos. I might be able to slip through on my own.
Sure. We'll see if we can find another way up. You think she'll be okay?
Eva can handle herself.
It was locked. There was a keypad, but I didn't know the code. The building looked very new. It must have been modernized recently. Glass canopies sparkled in the sun. Would have been a pain to clean those. My God! Nico!
What is it?
This telescope! It's free! There were a couple of people stuck in the cable car. They looked kind of familiar. Then I realized it was my old friends Dwayne and Pearl Henderson. The Hendersons had an uncanny way of showing up wherever I went. The cable and wheel mechanism looked sturdy enough, but the thought of riding in that tiny cable car made my stomach flutter. There was a small chapel perched on the edge of the cliff. It looked ancient. It was the other station for the cable cars. Wait, what's that? That rock looks familiar. Nico, take a look at this and tell me what you see.
You're right. That rock looks like a head.
I've seen that shape before. Take a look at this. The face in the Ouroboros, it's exactly the same shape as that rock.
That can't be a coincidence.
And you know what? Langham's got the forged picture, the one without the face.
So the rock won't have meant anything to him.
Nico, I don't think the tabula's up at the monastery. I think it's down there somewhere, around that rock. Pearl was still signaling. The cable car hung midway across the valley. It wasn't moving. Where do you think we should go?
I think we might get some answers inside the cable car station.
But the door's locked.
Then we'd better find a way to unlock it.
It was locked. The door led into the cable car station.
Langham's somewhere up there, and we don't want to risk drawing attention to Eva. We should stay down here for the time being, George.
A delightful facility for tourists to enjoy the view. On any other day, I would have paid my compliments to the management. It was the other station for the cable cars. I signaled them back. I wasn't sure they'd seen it. Pearl was mouthing something and gesturing. Pearl seemed to be writing something on the window. It said, "Help, stuck. Door code 0797. I wondered how Pearl came to know that. Come on, Nico. Pearl's giving me the code to the door.
What? Pearl? Who? How?
Trust me, Nico. I've got friends in low-hanging places. Huh. There's no one here.
Looks like everything has been shut down.